called on Saturday to ask the parents to bring the kids out to pick up the computers. And I remember making some phone calls, some early, some late, but as I called, a lot of the parents, even though we all got to be here this evening, I just had to make this comment. There are 3 mothers that stood up. These 3 mothers said, Mr. Barrett, I know you're doing this thing and these 20 kids, I know the budget, probably can't afford to do everything, but let me bring something. Can I bake something? One mother said, I got, maybe this much, I can go to the store. I'm like, do it, whatever. I did not want to, first of all, call and say, can you please bring something to everybody, because I didn't want to put a burden on everybody. But today when I got here, I realized I should have, because people are feeling left out. So I apologize. I apologize to the people who I didn't ask directly. But the good thing is I have a sign-in sheet here, and so far I've got 10 parents' name on there. So I'm going to hopefully, we can tap into these 10 names and phone numbers, so for the next program, you'll definitely be asked directly if you want to, and if you can afford to, make contributions or help in any way you can. And in that way, you'll, qualify to be one of our fetch moms or dads. We got 2 gentlemen in the room, fetch dads, so at this point, I'd like to, call those fetch moms that did volunteer to actually come forward. I first start off with Miss Susan. If I say this wrong, please forgive me. Husendorf, right? And say the same thing. So as Miss Husendorf comes forward, I'm going to also ask for Miss Katina Johnson and Mrs. Mildred Hernandez. Come forward. Did I say that right? Mildred Hernandez? Okay. All right. So again, don't feel bad. This is only the beginning. We will do this in an expanded way, and we have all of Fetch Moms properly recognized. Forgive me for those who I didn't ask directly. So, Ms. Susan Doe, just so we'll be on camera, if one would. It says here, in recognition of your selfless effort and demonstrated commitment towards helping us deliver quality training and mentorship to the children and families of South Day Fetch, as family management completed the whole program, and so taking advantage technologies and South Day Lead and Seed. Of course, we know South Day Lead and Seed is Robin Wright. Everybody know that, right?
Yeah, Robin.
Okay. Miss Robin Wright, South Day Lead and Seed. Very good. Proudly presents his Fetch Mom certificate of appreciation to Miss Susan Husendorf. Did I say it right? Yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. It says the same reading. You want to read it? Now this is Miss Katina Johnson. Miss Katina Johnson. It says that you want to read it again? Okay. And this is Mrs. Mildred Hernandez. Thank you. Thank you very much. Another one of our Fetch Moms who couldn't be here today, but I'm making a special comment on her behalf, and I know Robin wants to make the same comment too, so we'll go ahead and do this. Miss Lucy Roberts. Lucy is in Orlando, Florida. She's one of our behind-the-scenes operators, one of those people who dip their hand in to help but don't want to show the face. So for the folks who don't know, I'll just drop this word to say Lucy is a very good organizer. She's one of the people who actually stay behind the scenes. She goes out and gets funds, gets in the trenches, and she makes this possible. So, again, in absence of her presence or in her inability to be here, I want to send this comment up. Lucy, when you see this on the web, we appreciate you. And as our group applause, we're saying, thank you. Oh, picture. Alrighty then. Now, we've said a lot about parents and their involvement. We've said a lot about the program and what we do and how we do what we do. But we know also we couldn't do any of it without the instructors. I have 2 very hard-working gentlemen who could not be here because, again, they're somewhere else teaching. They're Dane County teachers, and they, in spite of our insisting on them being here, couldn't break away from classroom activities and duties to be here, but I must mention them. I'd be remiss if I didn't, so I'm going to mention Mr. Daniels, Jim Daniels. He's a very hard worker, again, and he is also one of the people who jumped in and rolled up his sleeves and made sure that whatever needed to be done, that our kids who are here, and you guys can attest to that. When it comes to training and teaching your kids about computer assembly, computer repairs, I see Joshua, I see Anastasia, I see Ashley, I see Reggie, I see Cheyenne, all of them, and if I left you out, forgive me, but they could all tell you and comment as to Mr. Daniel's commitment, along with Mr. Guy Tagore Pierre. These are two very dedicated instructors, and I just want to say right now, when you see this on the web, our hearts go out to you, and we appreciate you. And Mr. Daniels. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you. Okay, now that we've gotten all the adults out of the way, the folks that really matter most are our kids. And this is what Fetch is about. It's about every student in this room. Every face that I look at right now, and all the students who are looking at me, and they're saying, man, let's just get the computer and just go, because, you know, this is becoming too long going on. I want to tell you thanks for hanging in with us. And we're going to give you your certificates, and as we do, we're going to invite you to stay around just a little while, have some snacks, and then have your computer. Oh, that's right, Anastasia just reminded me. Before we do this, Anastasia and a couple of her friends would like to tell the group how much Fetch means to them. I totally forgot about that part. Right, so we'll give you, and I forgot about that. Thank you, girl. Thank you. I'll hold you to no more than 2 minutes. If you go more than 2 minutes, you're gonna ruin the schedule for everybody else. So it's real nice. So Anastasia, won't you come forward? Janisha, I saw Joshua put his hand up earlier. Ashley, where's there he is? That's fine. Come on, Marcus, come on. Diane, Reggie, Dion, come on, don't be shy. Trayvon. Megan, come on. Mary Jane, this is your opportunity to shine. Come on, all of you. And last but not least, Ernest, come on. Oh, here's the queen as well. Come on, they're all waiting. Jeffrey, come on, Jeffrey. They're all waiting. Remember, no more than 2 minutes. No more than 2 minutes. When you speak directly to the camera and just show off about your Fetch program. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Fetch has been good for me. It helped me build and learn how to make a website.
First of all, wait a minute. Tell us your name. Tell us your name. Marcus, first and last. Say it again.
That's just really taught me about computers, how to fix one, and the insides what they look like.
Thank you.
My name is Janisha Clayton.
My name is First thing I want to say is that before I really didn't know that you can just hold the power button instantly before I thought you could always just go straight down. Well, that really saved a lot of time, and I learned a lot more about computers. But I wish I'd paid more attention, so next year or anytime they have another class, I would like to attend.
Cool.